Once you join in a company, you will be given VPN credentials. That may be username and password, maybe .ovpn file with a passphrase. So in this video, I'm going to show you just to get an idea how VPN works and then how companies use it. So we are going to install OpenVPN in public EC2 machine, and then once you connect it to that VPN, then you can access machines in private subnet, even in other VPCs as well. So let's achieve this. So I'm going to create a couple of VPCs. So if you have a big organization, you're going to use site-to-site VPN, but if you have a startup or small company, you can install OpenVPN. So let's create a couple of VPCs. So one for VPC, VPN, and one for just to test it. So I'm gonna do, let's say this one VPN VPC. So I'm gonna stick with 10.0.0. That's fine. I just need one subnet, one public subnet, one private subnet, and then no endpoints. Create VPC. Now let's create one more VPC. So VPC and more, and this one I'm gonna say it as, let's say, production. So this we are going to set it up VPC peering, so this has to be different, otherwise you're gonna get IP overlap. So 192.168.0.0, that's fine. Let's stick with one number of public subnets. So let's choose one availability zone, one public and one private, no NAT gateway, no endpoints. Click on create VPC. So once you have that, go to EC2 machines. So actually once you stop and start your machine, you're gonna get a new public IP address. So I don't wanna do that, so I want to have a static one. So click on elastic IPs, and this one is going to be chargeable IP addresses. So now we got this IP. Let's click on instances, launch EC2, let's say OpenVPN, choose Ubuntu. I'm gonna go with T3 medium. Just want to have a bit bigger machine, and then choose a key pair, and then go edit settings, choose VPC and then public subnet. That looks fine. If you can enable public IP, you can enable, otherwise you can, anyway we're going to use elastic IP, so that's fine. So what we can do, let's create a security group, OpenVPN SZ. I'm going to open SSH only from my IP address because that's management IP. So let's open custom UDP, because this VPN is going to work on 1194 default port. If you want to change, you can do that. So let's make sure to open that port. You need to just match it here. So if you open to maybe 1196 on port, you need to open it here as well. That's why I'm going to go with default port, source anywhere. So let's give it around 12 GB and then launch instance. So in order to test that peering connection and in other connectivity, so I'm gonna create one more machine in different VPC. So let's say private server, Ubuntu T3 micro will be fine. Key pair I'm gonna choose same one. Click on edit settings, and this time I'm gonna choose different VPC. Let's choose production VPC, and then let's put this in private subnet. So let's say allow all. I'm gonna open port 22 as well, all traffic from anyway, launch instance. So now we got two machines. So now let's connect to our VPN server. That's a public machine. So before that, we need to attach elastic IP. So right click or go to actions, associate, and then choose your instance, OpenVPN, associate. So once you have that, just grab public this IP address and then SSH Ubuntu and then public IP. Now let's run sudo su. Let's check apt update. Now let's go to Google. Let's look for OpenVPN install for Ubuntu. So go to this link. Even you can do this from OpenVPN official site as well, but this one makes easy. But before installing on these production machines, go through this script. So don't blindly install anything. So once you, so this one is going to download this OpenVPN install script. So if you just copy paste the command, now you can see that. So before running it on production, go through all these scripts. So what it is doing, you just need to understand it. So for now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna install it. So run this command. So this is an interactive way to do. So you can choose to go with IPv4 and then address, that's fine. And then host address, this is my public IP, that's fine. Click on next, enter. So this one is gonna be IPv4. If you want dual stack, you can go with that. So I'm just gonna go with IPv4 and then choice, that's fine. Subnet, VPN subnet, and then port 11994 default one. So if you want to change it, you can go with that. UDP, you must choose UDP for faster transmission. Next, default one. So I don't need, so here it's saying that you, if you want to use multiple devices with single VPN dot you, because once you done this setup and once you create a client, you're gonna get .ovpn file. So if you want to use that one OVPN file with multiple machines, you can go with that. So it's not basically recommended. So you can go with multiple, you can have multiple client VPNs or multiple devices. So let's click on no, that's fine. Default, go with one. Here as well, just go with the default settings. I don't want to customize any encryption settings. Click on press any key. So now this one is going to install OpenVPN on your machine. So once you have that, then you can create a client. Now it's asking for client name. So let's say I'm gonna create a madhu.ovpn. Okay, it says you just need to give that, you don't need to supply OVPN, just put name. So now it's going to be valid for this many days, so 365 days is fine. And then here add a password. If you don't specify, if you go with option one, you don't need to specify any password for your client file. So but for security you can add this. So let's say 2. So it's going to ask you passphrase, so let's put that. Make sure to put a random and long password. So now I've got this. So I have this file over here. What we can do, we can use SCP to download this file, or we can just carry out the content of this file and we can save it. So I think second one makes easy. I'm just gonna carry it out. So let's say just carry it, grab this file. So it's starting from here. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, let's open terminal. On desktop, I'm gonna create a file. So let's say cat madhu.ovpn. I'm just gonna paste it. If you're using Windows, what you can do, you can open git bash. So I'm gonna go open git bash here. Let's say git bash or any text editor, or even notepad is fine. So I'm gonna go with git bash here, and then I'm gonna use same command cat madhu.ovpn. So this way, and once you've done that, you need to download OpenVPN client. OpenVPN client. So download this one. So in my case, I already do have in my Mac machine, so I'm gonna open that. OpenVPN connect. Open that, and then what you need to do, uh, go to my profiles. I'm just gonna delete this if I have old one on this one, and then you just need to upload that file, import it, and connect. So here you need to enter password. Now that's been done. Now let's give it a try. So let's go to our machines. So even if I try to create connect to this machine from my, by using private IP as well, I'll be able to do. Let's check it out. Open to on this one. Now you can see I got a connection. But If you try to do that to other machine, this is in private subnet in different VPC. So if you do that, you won't be able to do, because you need to establish this VPN connection first. So if you check the diagram, so you need to have VPC peering. So let's create that peering first. Let's press Ctrl C. So for this one, let's go to VPC, and then here click on here peering connections, create peering connection. So let's say VPN to prod, select VPC, and this account only we got a different VPC. So if you have multiple VPCs, you need to do this. Even you can use transit gateway as well if you want. So now we got that. So let's go to route tables. So we have this production private route table. This is where we have our machine inside this route table, because you got something else. If you check in here, yeah, you don't see any route table here, but if you go back, click on networking, click on this subnet, and then go to routes. So you can see route table. So this is the route table we need to adjust. Edit routes. So here we need to give that other VPC cider range, that 10.0.0/16. So if someone looks for this one, so it needs to forward to peering connection and then choose it. And then we need to do the same for other route tables as well in other VPC. So for this one, we have this machine OpenVPN in public machine, a public subnet. So let's edit that. So you need to edit all the route tables. Actually, you need to add route to all the you need to update that route in all route tables basically. So this one, if you check that VPN RT public, go to routes, click on edit routes. So let's put 192 other VPC side range basically, and then choose peering connection, click on save changes. So now give it a try. Okay, still you won't be able to. So first of all, what I can do here actually, let me try to connect from this machine itself just to check the connectivity. So we're connecting public to the private. Still there is no connection. So if you, let's check the security groups as well. Yeah, that looks good. So peering connection, if you, okay, actually we need to accept it. So once you create it, I forgot to accept that. So you need to accept it. Even you can see that in route table as well. You can see black hole in here. So if you check routes, let's refresh it. So now you can see black hole, because that means that we don't have this connection active. So let's go over there and let's accept it. So we're done with now. So if we check again, let's give it a while. So now you can see, even if you try it from your local machine, this is my local machine. If I try it, so I'll be able to connect now. This is how your VPN connection works. If you are a startup or small company, they mostly go with OpenVPN server or any other open source VPN. So this makes easy. This is how you can do. Even if you check in here, if I go to what is my IP, you can see here basically if you check in here, this is 248, right? 53 248. That's the IP address you got it here. You're inside the network now. So that's all I wanted to show you. So once you're done with that, so you can clean up these servers, terminate them, and then make sure to release this elastic IP. So first you need to dissociate because that machine is still destroying, and then once you're done, make sure to release this IP. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching.